Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your November 30th, 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, this is a very special new moon as it is the second new moon in November, so it holds with it a lot of power. It is also a Sagittarius new moon. We are, of course, in Sagittarius time frame, so we have a powerful moon in our time frame. It is our moon, and we can be feeling a lot of things right now, just like everything is a bit more intense. Everything is a bit more, I want to say alive, is like electrical. So just be aware of that, Sagittarius. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously with being seen by the YouTube algorithm and here shouting out into this ether. So thank you so very much for doing so. And if you're interested in a private reading, then check out my website, Dane Hart Guided Messages. I also offer gift cards, which I am extremely proud of. So if you're looking for a gift, check out my website as well. All right. Now, before we dive into this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This, this cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Sagittarius, let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Let me move my mic back just a little bit. Okay, there we go. Angels and spirit guides. Oh, I love that. Show me clearly, guide this reading, and show me clearly. Oh, angels and spirit guides. That is so angels. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I highly recommend, if you are born on the cusp with Scorpio, if you have Scorpio in your chart, or if you have time to spare, check out the Scorpio reading that is done on this moon because you have a lot of correlations. I think these two cards are in the exact same place. I don't always remember a reading after I do it. It usually flies out of my head. But yeah, just check that out because there are really intense correlations here that would be highly beneficial for you. Okay. Sagittarius. Spirit already stated, this is an intense moon for you. This is an intense time for you. You're ruled by Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter is the Roman name for Zeus, who is the Greek god, right, of all the gods, and Jupiter was the Roman god of all the gods. So there is power to you. There is greatness to you. You are the amplifier. You are also the truth seeker. Those are powerful roles to play. And it can be a lot within your own self and being, right? You amplify. So if you're sad, if you're happy, you're very, very happy. And if you're sad, it's awful. Like that is just how you are. And so an acceptance of that, no matter where Sagittarius falls in your chart, especially also in your Venus, because that is the way your heart sings to you and to the world. So just be aware of that. We have the Fool here moving us forward. We are taking a leap of faith, but we're also scared in doing so. We see that with the Three of Swords. We have been through a lot of heartbreak, a lot of pain, a lot of disappointment, a lot of things that we are like, will my heart ever heal from this? It will heal, it will never be exactly the same. So, an acceptance of that is important as well. With the Fool, we need to give ourselves permission to fly the only way humans can, by jumping, right? We can parasail, we can do all of that, but it is that gliding in free fall before we land. And that is going to be important here. It is going after our dreams. It is looking at what we want. It is not feeling foolish. And we'll have a problem with that because we'll look and gather up actually too much information. And you'll see that with yourself, Sagittarius. You'll gather up all the information, and then it's like, oh, I just have to act. I just have to go with what my gut says. And that can be frustrating sometimes because we sit there and be like, well, why did I research all of this? What did I do? So just be aware of this during this time, that we need to jump. We need to give ourselves permission to take that leap of faith. And this is the moon to do it in, because this is the new moon. It doesn't just set our intentions for the next full moon in December. I think it's like December 15th or around there. It sets our intentions for the next 6 months up until mid, 2025, which is wild. And so here it is saying to ourselves, what do I need? And it's the truth being spoken back to us. It is the amplifier being, like resonating in our being, amplifying what we are feeling, what we are seeing. It will give us our fears, it will give us our joys, and it will give us everything in between. It moves us with the Three of Swords to heartbreak and pain and disappointment, to what has upset us, but also what we're healing from. And then to be able to honor the healing is going to be a very important thing, and honor the journey that we have been on. It moves us then to the Ace of Swords reverse. We have the Knight of Swords reverse. God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine, the universe is handing you a gift of clarity, of voice, of insight, of mind. We're not quite taking it yet. We're a little bit reckless, a little bit all over the place. We'll even say that to ourselves and to our loved ones. I don't know, I'm just so all over the place, scattered. If we have ADHD, we can feel like everything is just revved up too much. There's too much stimuli around us. And even if we don't, there's too much stimuli around us. Calming it down and slowing it down is going to be highly beneficial. With the Death card coming in, this is Scorpio energy. So if we're born on the cusp with Scorpio, if we have Scorpio in our chart, this comes through, but this is the negative type. Okay, so this is the person who's very secretive. This is holding secrets within ourselves. This is, doubts and fears. This is looking at things and seeing the sadness of it instead of the joy of it, the rotting away instead of the transforming, type of thing. It's, it's being very harsh on ourselves. So be aware. Be aware of this during this moon. Be aware also of looking at things and looking at kind of like the secrets that we hold, but also we can really think of the dreams that we hold for ourselves as decaying, and they're not. They're transforming. It may not be the way that we dreamt it would be when we were 15 years old, sitting in our rooms, or whatever age we were, dreaming of our future. But it is the journey that Spirit has put us on, and it is the power of our soul that is guiding us forward. So just be very mindful about this during this time. Be very mindful of, thinking, oh, it will never happen, and just having such a great urge to go after our dreams and what we desire. It doesn't mean we quit our jobs, join the circus type of thing, unless we have our talents there. What it means is that we start listening to ourselves again. We start letting ourselves shine. We start seeing ourselves. With the Page of Wands reverse, we are fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The page is our inner child self. It is also the learner. We can be apprehensive to hearing new information. So just be aware of that. We can be a little bit snippy also during this time because a lot is coming at us. We're trying to do everything perfectly, but adopting the motto, close enough is good enough, except if we're like a brain surgeon or something like that, that's going to be important. Looking at ourselves and not seeking out perfection, but also looking at our inner passion and saying, how do I let you shine? How do I give you time and space and grace? When the Empress comes forward, the Empress here is a mama bear and a baby bear, and when people, call themselves mama bears are fierce. You don't get in the way of a mama bear and her cub. You just don't do it, right? And here it is that express of loving and caring and nurturing, but it's reversed. We can feel like we aren't loving and caring and nurturing the way that we want to in our world. That can be a thing. We can be very harsh on ourselves for not meeting societal expectations in a time frame that they tell us we should be meeting them, an acknowledgement of that, and a release of that. We cannot change the past. We can only move forward in the power of our future and in the power of our present, not in the power of our future so much as the power of right here, right now. And so here it is nurturing ourselves, but also letting ourselves be fierce. When we think of the Empress, or when I usually think of the Empress and people say, oh, she's like an Earth Mother. And it's like, well, what is Earth Mother? It's loving and caring and giving. It's like, okay. But is it a sacrifice of yourself forever and ever and ever? I like to think of the Empress Theodora, who was a concubine. I don't think she was of much standing at all, but she rose through the realms of ancient Rome and she married Justinus? No, Justinius, that's it. I think that was the emperor's name. It's like Justin, but Justinius. And she became the empress. She was fierce. There's a story that Rome was burning, and her husband, the emperor, born into wealth, power, and privilege, was going to get on his ship and let it burn. Come back after and rebuild. And she said, don't you dare. If you leave, I'm emperor now. I will be the one that they will listen to, because I will stay, and I will save Rome. An empress is fierce in her own way. And it is time for us to embrace that fierceness without seeing ourselves as having to be forever sacrificing. And we can also rebel against the image of forever sacrificing, especially if we saw somebody as we were growing up or in our lives, or we did it ourselves, sacrificing and sacrificing and sacrificing until they lost who they were to the care of everybody else. And it doesn't matter how you identify, male or female, we can be resistant to that until we realize we do not have to be the giving tree. We do not have to give of ourselves till there is nothing left. With the Knight of Swords reverse, this is being very reactionary, so do be mindful about this energy. Okay, the Knight of Swords is the hero of the story. He's the one who charges in. He's the White Knight. He saves things. But when it's reversed, it's like I'm just charging forward to charge forward. I have to act. There's something in me that says like I have to act. I have to push. But I don't have that guidance. And the Two of Wands doors have closed. So we feel like it's almost frantic. Like I have to. It's like being a scared animal stuck in a room, right? You'll try to run to all the corners, try to see and get yourself free. So just being mindful about this is going to be important because doors have closed. Yes, they always do. Sometimes we're aware of them and sometimes we're not on this spiritual journey and this personal journey. But with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands reversed, we need to connect with our inner child self about our prosperity and our passion. We've let that go. We can look at the way the world wants us to be prosperous and successful and passionate and fiery, and that may not just be us, and that's okay. An acknowledgement of that is going to be an important, fact to make during this time, but also to say to ourselves, what do I want as I move forward? If you have children in your life, if you work with children, if you have children in your life who are earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they're going to be teaching you a valuable lesson, but my gosh, you're going to feel like, I want to rip out my hair, type of thing. It's going to be frustrating. So just be aware of that. With the Four of Swords reversed, we are not resting and we are not honoring our story. It is going to be very, very important to guard your sleep, to rest, to honor the story of you. Because when you don't, you're going to feel like you're fraying more and more and more and feeling like everything is just so overwhelming. So make sure you can rest. If you have trouble with insomnia or something to that effect, don't go on your phone. If you can, I know that's really hard. If you can color or read or do something that's just calm and soothing with minimal light, that is very, very good. Okay? Because then even your body can just feel like it's resting instead of us constantly being on our screens, which really disrupts our bodies so much. I mean, I'm certainly guilty of that, most definitely. With the Four of Wands here, it is a celebration. You start off with an adventure and a journey, and here is a celebration, a success, a achievement. This can be moving house, this could be new job opportunities, but this is success. This could be marriage, this could be a committed relationship. This is success, and that is powerful. So embracing your success and your prosperity, and embracing you, Sagittarius, in your own uniqueness as you sit in the quiet of this new moon, as you sit in the quiet of yourself with your truth coming forward. I highly recommend putting a glass, like an actual glass, or, not plastic, glass outside to take in the light of the new moon. Well, not the light, the darkness of the new moon, but the light of the stars, and taking that energy. If you can't put a glass outside, then putting it on a windowsill or under a like, what is it, skylight, can be very beneficial as well. And just letting the darkness and the quiet come within you. That is going to be important here. Letting that guide you forward. Now let's see what Spirit has to say. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and Spirit guides, angels. Oh, this is the robin. I was just thinking, I hope the robin pops up. I don't even know what it says. I don't remember. It says, new growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. I love this. I was somewhere and I was looking out at like this open field, and all these robins just started to land around me. And that's why I thought, that was such a beautiful image that just came forward. And here, it's new growth and potential is on the horizon. Reach out and embrace it. Reach out and take what you want for your life and for yourself. It doesn't mean that we have to be one of those beings that like just gobbles up the world and says, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. It is being very mindful of how we walk this earth, how we connect with what we desire, how we're opening up the door and opening up our insights to ourselves, what we're seeing for us, what we desire for us. And it is connecting with more of us than we ever realized we needed to connect with. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Oh, goodness. I love it. It was like, okay. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, which is patience, and we have the 9 of Pentacles, which is prosperity and success. So this is not seeing ourselves as successful. This is like, okay, I could push harder, I could do more, and it's not being in the moment. We need to be very mindful to be in the moment. It can be hard, it can be overwhelming, but we need to be in the moment. And then with the 7 of Pentacles, we need to be patient. We're not going to want to be. We want everything to move super, super, super quickly. It's not going to. Being patient, letting ourselves embrace our patience, but also looking what is draining us and releasing it and saying, no, I'm not taking in the draining energy anymore. It moves us then to our chakra energy. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Here we have 2 again. We have Mother Earth coming forward, the Earth Star Chakra, located 6 inches below our feet, and the crown chakra of peace. Connecting with the earth, but connecting with the strength of the earth, the power of the earth, the destruction of the earth, the intensity of the earth, being aware of that. It is not being that submissive being. It is embracing the intensity within ourselves. And then we have peace coming forward, crowning ourselves, putting the crown on our heads of peace, of harmony, of love, and letting ourselves walk gently and calmly in this world, and letting ourselves be aware when the energy is charged and frayed around us that is hindering this peace, that is hindering this love and connection, and making it harder for us to move forward in the way that we want to. So just being aware of that during this time is going to be very important. Let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and Spirit guides. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and Spirit guides. Angels and Spirit guides, show me clearly. Huh. Right, I like that. So we have here realization, and this is reversed. We are having a hard time as we set our intentions, as we look at things, we are forgetting that we are the key, that we are the one that unlocks. We feel like everything is happening to us, and sometimes that is just absolutely true. It's like being on, you know, it's like being on a river and all of a sudden the rapids come and you just hold on. That is absolutely like how life is at times. But the realization that I hold so much more power than I thought I ever did, that is very important. And the moon is showing that, but hiding that from us at the same exact time. And it's almost saying, do you really want it? Do you really want that power? Or are you still afraid? And this isn't to double dog dare us and to take on responsibilities that we just don't want, but it is to sit there and come to the realization that we are a heck of a lot more than we ever realized we were. And that becomes pleasure. It also becomes important to embrace pleasure within our lives. Personal pleasure, sensual pleasure, what we want to achieve and succeed within our lives and for ourselves. What is pleasurable? And it's letting that come back in, giving ourselves permission to feel. It moves us then to balance the spiritual and the practical. This is reversed. And it's almost like one rules and then the other rules, right? It's either the spiritual or the practical. And as temperance is the jugs being poured into each other, it's finding that balance, it's finding that harmony. It's going to be a little tricky right now for us. Communication is key. Are we going to want to communicate? No. We are going to want to kind of keep things to ourselves and maybe not even say it out loud to us. So just being mindful of this during this time is going to be very important. We need to communicate, even if it's just to ourselves. We need to say what we need to say. Be bold and make the first move. We are like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I don't want to be bold and make the first move, but we need to make the first move towards our success and towards what we want. Believe in the impossible because you will make it happen, Sagittarius. If anyone will make it happen, it is you, ruled by Jupiter, ruled by greatness. Jupiter was the only parent of Athena. She was born, well, that would be Minerva, and that doesn't play a very big role, but in Greek mythology, Zeus gave birth to, yes, Athena, born of his mind, sprouted fully grown from his own head. And you have such tremendous power to you. Sprout it fully grown, like fully manifested from your own mind, from your own self into this world. It moves us then to our subconscious spirit message, which is the Loon. And it says, pay attention to your daydreams. Messages of guidance are drifting in. Spirit is speaking to you all the time. Listen. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. It's the Three of Cups reverse. Expecting those who can't raise their glass to us, who can't celebrate us, to raise their glass to us and celebrate us. These are people who have never been able to. It's biting, especially when it's a parent, a guardian, a person who should have loved and protected us. And it's like they just couldn't. They just couldn't. And they still can't, type of thing. They still can't. So here, I know I laugh. It's not funny. And I know some people, like Spirit is showing me people, and it was never funny. But it's like, once we acknowledge, like, you just can't do that, can you? You just can't be nice. You just can't even be kind. Then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I move on. Like, I release the bind that you have over me. I release it. And it moves us then to our chakra message, which is soul's healing, which I love, that goes hand in hand with this. It's like, I release it. I'm not going to be ruled by this nonsense anymore. I'm healing. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. And as we sit writing out our intentions for the next 6 months, for a shorter time to the next full moon, we see here our soul healing. And we say, how do I need to heal in order to embrace my dreams and see myself? It moves us then to our energy to be not mindful of, but our tarot message, our subconscious tarot message. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Everything isn't changing right now. And we can be really frustrated. We can be sitting there and saying, why am I stuck in this same rut? Everything isn't changing right now. And we're going to be in this season for just a little bit longer. And as much as that might not be okay, we might be sitting there and saying, no, 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 no. We are okay. And we are more than we ever imagined we could be. It moves us then to our Luna message, and it is extremes. Things are going to hit us in the extremes during this new moon, during this powerful, powerful time, all in the name of Sagittarius, right? Ruled by Sagittarius, in Sagittarius time frame, in a Sagittarius new moon. It brings about extremes for us. We'll feel things more intensely. Don't let pride get in the way. Our ego can take over because it's too much. We need ego, right? We cannot just be sitting till we waste away, in meditation. We need ego to come in. It's important. But we need to be mindful not to let it get in the way of what we want to create and cultivate in our lives, because pride is going to show up. One of those 7 deadly sins is going to show up and rear its ugly head more often than we want it to. So do be mindful about that. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. Love you all, and have a blessed new moon. And happy Thanksgiving to all who celebrate. Bye.